Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name's Anna and I'm a random stranger on the internet talking to you about beauty. Okay, two different things we're going to talk about today. One, I have massively fallen off the Vlogmas trail. Yeah, I mean, I did really good at the beginning of the month, and then the end of the month just totally got away from me. So yeah, sorry about that. I think we're just gonna have to call this year basically a wash. Try to recoup a little bit, but I leave on vacation tomorrow. I'm gonna be out of the country for 2 weeks. So always next year, right? So if you were actively following along on my Vlogtober, I think I said Vlogmas earlier, but I meant Vlogtober. Sorry, we'll try again next year, okay? Number two, I look like a hot mess right now. I'm trying to pre-film for the next 2 weeks. The night before my vacation, because time management is not my strong suit, guys. It's just not my thing apparently. But today we are going to do the update on my Pan That eyeshadow challenge. For those of you who are joining me for the first time, my name is Anna. I'm a random stranger on the internet talking to you about beauty, and this is a project where I randomly generate some numbers that correlate to a spreadsheet that I have of all my various eyeshadow pans. And the goal is to increase my pan percentage and just try to show more love on my fairly decent size eyeshadow collection. Make it really look like I use and love these shadows. It's been a super fun challenge and I love doing it. I will link up above my first video if you want to go and watch the playlist and kind of talk about the rules and stuff like that in it that I set out for myself. So yeah, for those of you who are interested, I also keep tallies in my little handy dandy notebook that helps me keep track. So I'm like putting a water glass on it, which is a dumb idea, but you gotta do what you gotta do to help me keep track of exactly how many times it takes to hit pan on certain shadows. All right, so let's get into it. I'm just gonna go down the list. All right, the first one is from the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. Now, the shade I'm supposed to be trying to hit pan on is this one right here, Peach Pit. I think you can see it's showing quite a bit of use, and it's definitely got a dent in it now. It did not have a dent in it, I don't think, last month. Last month, I don't even think you could tell that I used it. But that's because I used it, let's see, 16 times this month. Yeah, 16 times. And I had used it 7 times the previous month. So that takes me up to what, 23 uses on this pan? Yeah, 23 uses, and we are nowhere close to hitting pan on this particular eyeshadow. However, I have been surprisingly really loving this palette for fall. I wouldn't have thought this was a fall palette, but I have been using this shade up here, Luscious, quite a bit. In fact, it looks more used than Peach Pit. And then these shades, sorry, both my dogs need to be with me while I'm filming, and they are getting into God knows what. But Puree and Summer Yum down here. I've been using these a great deal too. But yeah, so I'm kind of hoping I'll hit bonus pan on this one up here. But in the meantime, we'll just keep tugging away at that shade right there. All right, the next one is from ABH. It is from the Sultry palette, and it is the shade Teak. Right down here. And as you can see, we had like big pan on that one. Like, that's really good pan. I'm really pleased with it. This shadow looked beautiful on my blue eyes. Absolutely beautiful. I used it 7 times this month to hit pan on it, and I had previously used it 15 times. So 23 uses to hit pan on this shade. Now I will say too, when I use these ABH, these shimmer shades, I really pack it on heavy because I think it tends to dull out a little bit as you're packing it on. And for whatever reason, I never think to apply them wet, which would probably add some uses to it. But yeah, so 23 uses, big pan on Teak, and we will be rolling this one out. The The next shade is from the Afrique palette by Juvia's Place. Now, this one, the shade is Dakar. I hope you can see, like, it's got a pretty good little dent in it. It's kind of hard to tell in this matte orange. But yeah, it's a wide hole, like a pretty good little working spot in there. I used it, let's see, 12 times this month. I used it 12 times last month. So we are up to 24 uses on this shade. No sign of paint on this yet either, so it will stay in and we'll keep chugging away. The next one is from the ABH Prism palette, and it is the shade Osiris. Now, let me start off by saying I do not like this shade. I don't like it at all. I think it's very, actually a lot of you guys pointed out too, it's a very dry shade. And even when I would apply it wet, I really had trouble getting this shade to look good and apply well on my eyes. So I mostly used it as a liner just to get more uses, and I used it 8 times. There you go. You can see, like, I mainly used it as liner, and you can see in there teeny tiny little baby pan. Literally the smallest pan you can have and call it pan. But yeah, it has so few uses before I hit pan, because I mean, I really had to like dig in there to get enough consistent color for me. Even when I was applying it wet, I just really had trouble making this work for me. So even though I normally love ABH shadows, I did not like this shade at all. But now I know that, and I've hit pan on it. So we will roll this one out. Yeah, ironically, I hit pan on both my ABH palettes and not on anything else. I think that tells you something about how easy ABH is to pan. All right, the next one is from the Tarte, whoops, helps if it's upright, Tarte Toasted palette, and it is the shade S'more. I rolled this in for the first time last month, and I used it, let's see, 26 times. So I was basically using this shade as my foundation. You know, you put on your concealer or primer or whatever, and then you set it. So the shade is this one right up here. And I don't actually think you can really tell, but it's got, try not to blind you guys, it's got a huge dent in it. But no pan. It's just super hard to tell, but it's got like a massive dent in it. I had previously panned this one, and then I was also, I'm sure you can tell, reaching into this shade quite a bit to pair with the Afrique Juvia's Place shade. So this one will stay in, but I am confident I'm going to hit pan on it this month. Even with not using any of my shadows for 2 weeks because I'm going to be on vacation, I'm still confident that I'm going to hit pan on this, because there's such a big dent in it, and I can use it literally over the whole eye. So I'm just pretty confident that we're gonna hit it. All right, let me go grab my phone. We will randomly generate the next couple shades and see what we're rolling in. All right, we're getting up my Pretty Random app, and our minimum is 1 and our max is 455. Alrighty. And the first number is 33. And as always, I'm gonna write these down because I have totally forgotten what numbers I had before. And 285. Let's go see what these are. All right, so let's go over what we've had still in the collection, or still in this month. So from the Tartelette Toasted palette, sorry, is the shade S'more. So that nudie color. From Afrique by Juvia's Place. Our orange color. From the Too Faced Sweet Peaches Peach Pit. our mandatory purpley brown. So those are the 3 that I've stayed in from last month. All right, number 33 that we rolled in is from my Naked 3 palette. I have actually already panned. I just keep seeming to like pull the same palettes over and over again. And I know it's totally random, but how weird is that? So I've already hit pan in Strange. And now we're actually going, number 33 is the one right next to it, the shade Dust. And it has almost no use on it, as always. So, but it's this beautiful, like, light, shimmery pink color. That's how it looks. And then from Too Faced, a Christmas collection so long ago, I'm a little embarrassed to admit I'm still using it, but it smells and works fine. This was from the Be Merry Be Bright Too Faced set, and the color we're actually going to be panning is this one right here. It is marvelous, and I don't think I hardly ever used this shade as well. So it is a very lightly pigmented glitter. So these are the 2 we're adding in, Marvelous and Dust. These are the 3 otherwise, and yeah. So that's what we're going to be working with for the next month. I have been really pleased that I have managed to hit pan in 2 shades a month, pretty much since the start of my challenge. However, with going on vacation next month, I think that's really going to be pushing it. I'm basically going to be losing 2 weeks of the challenge because I'm not taking any of these on vacation with me. But having said that, I'm still enjoying it. I look forward to working with these while I get back, and I really think these 2 are beautiful, like wintry shades. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Go into the world, be fabulous, be you. Bye.